Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has proven over the last few seasons he should not only be discussed in the All-Star talks but in the MVP talks too. Averaging over 30 points per game this year, he is leading the rebuilding franchise of the Oklahoma City Thunder today. But today I want to talk about how he got here, his lone season at Kentucky and how he was an afterthought, and how he turned into one of the biggest stars in the league. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be ranked 35th on the ESPN Top 100, however he would catch the eyes of the Kentucky Wildcats. Though someone calls Shai an afterthought, he would still sign on. Shai would play 37 games in his lone season at Kentucky while averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. Some of his key performances that year included a 30 bomb on an 83-81 victory over Vanderbilt, where Shai would score 30 points on 12 for 19 shooting, 63% from the field. Going into the final 10 games of the season, the Wildcats would go on an 8-2 run, and Shai would put up 19, 4, and 5 on 50-50-80 shooting splits. In the NCAA tournament, the Kentucky Wildcats would come into it ranked 18th on the AP poll. Shai would come out heating up in their first round matchup against number 12 Davidson. They would win 78-73, and Shai would light up the stat sheet with 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, along with an astonishing 5 steals. They would not slow down either. Number 13 Buffalo was blown out of the water by Shai and the Kentucky Wildcats, losing 95-75, and Shai would have 27 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists on great 83% from the field. However, the Wildcats would fall 61-58 in the West Regional semifinals against number 9 ranked Kansas State. Shai would have 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, and would score most of his points from the line, as he would have a horrible 2 for 10 from the field. He would have 5 turnovers in the Wildcats' loss. However, none of that would stop Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for declaring for the 2018 NBA Draft, a draft class that was highlighted by players like Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Marvin Bagley, DeAndre Ayton. He'd be selected 11th by the Charlotte Hornets before being flipped for Miles Bridges. Shai would debut on October 17, 2018 against the Denver Nuggets. In a back-and-forth game, Shai would have 11 points, would shoot 83% from the field, and although the Clippers would lose 107-98, he would perform great in his debut. Shai would eventually be placed in the starting role over Patrick Beverley. As a starter, he would average 11 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 3.3 assists. The Clippers would end the 2018-19 season with a record of 48-34. They would sneak into the playoffs as the 8th seed, and they would go on to face the Warriors in the first round. The Clippers would lose in 6, and Shai would perform great in losses. In both of the Clippers' wins in the series, Shai would have no more than 6 points. In the 2019 NBA offseason, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be sent to the Oklahoma City Thunder with a trade that included Paul George. Doc Rivers has made it very clear that he was very displeased with the SGA trade, saying that he was unsure about the George for Alexander trade. But nevertheless, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was headed to the rebuilding Oklahoma City Thunder. In a shortened 2019-20 NBA season, Shai would improve tremendously, nearly doubling his points per game, going from 10 points to 19 points per game. He would also lead the Oklahoma City Thunder as a shooting guard to a record of 44-28. His most memorable moment that year was whenever he would grab his first career triple-double, having 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists against the Minnesota Timberwolves on January 13, 2020. The Oklahoma City Thunder would head into the playoffs as the 5th seed to take on the 4th-seeded Rockets. The Rockets would take Game 1 and Game 2 by double digits, but the Thunder would rally back and take Game 3 and 4. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would have 23 points in Game 3 and an 18-point, 12-rebound double-double in Game 4. After a back-and-forth series, the Rockets would end up taking the series in 6. The NBA announced that they would shorten the 2020-2021 NBA season to just 72 games due to COVID. The NBA offseason in 2020 would also be a short one, being just 72 days. Shai would once again take a massive step up, going up to 23 points per game, and would be 16-19 until Shai suffered a heel injury that would take him out for the rest of the year. The Thunder would definitely feel his absence, going 6-31 in the final games of the year. They would finish the year 22-50 and would obviously miss the playoffs. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would just play 56 games in the 2021-2022 season, where he would average 24 points. They would go 16-40 with Shai and would go 8-18 without him. The end-of-season record would be 24-58. Now, so far for this season, the Oklahoma City Thunder are bouncing around and have a real chance of making the play-in and maybe even the playoffs. Shai is currently 8th in the MVP predictions list, along with averaging a crazy 31-5-5. The Thunder are currently 36-38 at the time of making this video, and Shai is only 24 years old. I firmly believe when his career is all said and done, he could win an MVP or two, along with maybe even a championship with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have a lot of really good young players like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander along with Josh Giddey, and I feel like it would be underperforming for the Thunder not even to make a decent playoff run in these next few years. And that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys liked, like, comment, subscribe, share. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, so please subscribe, and I'll see you all later.